So let's see. So hi again. Apparently got some taste for this now. No, actually I bought some new pillows and stuff to my bed, and then I like to arrange furniture. That's one of my favorite things. And even however small space, I really love to do that. Sometimes I get this urge to just change the furniture. Hi, someone. Anyways, so I'm like I'm rearranged in my bedroom and stuff, and then washing some blankets, or what's called for the bed. And they take such time to dry, so I have to be up longer. And so therefore I thought I could get in here. And I have Stranger Things. The deck, I have other decks close by as well if someone prefer that. The traditional, the universal white, for example, like Rider White kind of thing. And yeah, so on. I can reach for several decks if I want to from here. But until someone maybe pops in, just to entertain myself at least, I think about what comes. It sounded maybe in my previous, when I talked about the North, it may have sounded like as if that is like an end point, and it's not. From there, this creative impulse awakens the sort of a more pure impulse than others that we may also have. And so, yeah, also the intuition, as I said, all those abilities that some people call it. So you become like an artist in your life, and that becomes so fun. I mean, it's not always what you want, but you need certain experiences to become stronger and to learn stuff. So, whatever comes your way, whatever happens, it's for your benefit. And, hey, baby, around this place of the north and east in the medicine wheel, you start to recognize that and understand that, or see it even in your life. And so, yeah, it's almost like you paint your life on a canvas. I got that card today actually when I used this. I will pick them up also. I have some other cards here. I think I'm overly not excited, but I'm overly awake because I ate some carrots and cabbage and what are they called, like those no, not radishes, but those red ones, beets, and I think my health, my whole system just kicks in, becomes really awake by that. I haven't even, I did drink coffee today actually, but anyways, yeah, I have these decks here also. I don't think anyone who will come in will hear this though, but they come in after. But I would say it anyway. The Starseed Oracle and the Work Your Light Oracle. I think she have also made another one. And I usually don't use these. I don't understand these very well. But today I did with someone, and I got this painting your life like a canvas card. And they are extremely beautiful. I love to look at them, but also I think sometimes I have too many decks. I love all my decks, so I can't really get rid of them much, but yeah. Anyways. So that is the fun thing. When that starts to happen, you can understand it or you can hear people talk about that or so on, but it's totally different when you experience it. So whatever comes your way, I'm not saying you can't get down or sad about things, or react to things. But somehow, when you have been through certain things, you start to realize that this all have a purpose. Yeah. Even if we can't see it immediately often. So, yeah, we are carried all the time by the hand of, let's call it God, or whatever we want to call it. So, even if we don't understand it, we can't fall anywhere else than into that. I also recall when I was 17, I think, I went to Bible school. No, maybe I was 8. Had become 18, I don't know. I went to Bible school for a year, actually. My eyes just are so wide when I say that. But anyways, yeah, I talked to that before. We went to schools and even prisons and preached, talked about that. Anyways, it was very interesting though, certain things, especially at this time, actually, when certain things are okay. I will say that. I think I mentioned that on videos before. There was one priest that we had there that actually said that those, there are 3 double lines in every when you scan things you buy. There are those who are longer. Or if you look at that thing you scan, and those double lines, each of them means 6. So it becomes 666. And then the whole Bible thing about having this thing on your hand or your forehead, the mark of the beast. I don't know. Anyways, it's interesting when things are accelerating, or what they say. No, I wonder about these things, actually. Not only that, but there were many things that were interesting. Very many things. And one of them, because at that time I didn't feel really good. I had huge anxiety a lot, and sometimes it was like falling in an empty space, and I just felt like a leaf or something, and still I kind of trusted that this sort of hand or something would catch me. Yeah, they have been keeping catching me though. Whatever the form, let's say, whatever the words we dress this divine in. And I have maybe it's because of my kind of creative mind or something. I have wanted to explore more and find more, search more in various ways. And so I haven't followed those narrow or dogmatic things. To me, they are more like inspiring stories, maybe, and also I think sometimes it's very much communication to us about what to come. Also, I do believe so in many of these texts. They mean different things than most think. Yeah. Anyways, I still most of all believe in the experience we can have. But still, I find it very interesting with all of this. And also my first husband, who is a Sufi, he is fantastic. Oh, I should freaking call him. He would be mad. I've had him on here before. I don't think he would want to. But he find a friend. He's quite older than me, and he have an even older friend who they study sort of, or I don't know what they do, honestly. They meet once a week to like, I guess, get inspired by the Sufi teachings. And he's one of the absolute kindest persons I've ever met. And he loves me so unconditionally much, always did. And just that is such a gift. And I don't know a lot about the Sufi path, but what he said is like, I mean, the mystics in all traditions, they don't get in conflict with each other because they see through this veil of all these words and all that. This finger pointing to at the moon, as I talked about in the previous one. Anyway, so he said in Swedish it would be like, let's see, I don't know in what order it said it actually, but like kärleken, kvinnan och konsten, like love, woman, and the art was like those 3 pillars of the Sufi teachings. Anyways, marvelously wonderful person, and also one of my best friends still. So, oh, how much I want to call him! I did the other day, and then I reached like a some sort of, well, you know, where you can speak into the whatever. And he doesn't know he have that one, anyways. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't keep talking about him. I should go on with this, and maybe I will. Oh no, it's too late. I think maybe even it's way too late to call him now. So that's good. Otherwise, my impulse was strong now. So, anyways, I will ask him beforehand if he want to maybe get on here and talk a little bit about Sufi things. He have been a Sufi since he come in contact with that. He's a Swedish man, but he got in contact with that. I don't know. He was traveling also through Iran and India and all kinds of places when he was young, and for a long time. Maybe it was on those journeys, but also I think he met some Sufi people. I mean, he have allowed me to talk about him. So, anyway, he met some others in Stockholm, Sufi ones, and so. But he have been what he said is when he came in contact with that, it was not like he searched for anything. He just realized that this is the same way he see things, like so, and it have continued to be so. But it's good that you have a friend that also are very interested in it, and haven't explored it, I guess, as much. So anyway, he's not like those swirling, those who turn around kind of guys or girls. Yeah, anyways, I will ask him. Maybe he will, probably not, but I will ask him. Yeah, maybe he will get on here if I talk to him on the phone. We live far away, so from each other. Anyways, yeah, so synchronicity is another thing that I guess some people say that law of attraction is, or law of mirroring is like the basic law of the universe or something like that. Like it's the overall one of universal laws. I don't know. But to me, synchronicity is more so it's like a communication all the time with the universe, you know. Or maybe you don't, but you will discover. We all discover this. Sooner or later we will. Or I have, but I continuously do so. But yeah. Anyways, so yeah. Yeah, so from a certain level of our ego, we can manipulate, we can use these abilities from our ego space, from sort of fear-based rather than trusting. So we don't we don't see who we truly are when we do that. Yeah. So when we how can I express this even? These things, I mentioned that also in the previous laughing video sometime, where I made a little playlist of for people who who probably don't know what we are talking about there or so. But I will try put words onto something that is impossible to put words onto, really. And it sounds, from those other levels, it sounds super weird, and I know that. So anyways, from this perception, from this understanding, let's say, then we are responsible for everything that happens, every little thing, each and everything, even however little. We are the creators. We are the creatress. So it's not like random. It's not even destiny or fate. It's synchronized, though, because we, from this level, we created this whole thing, and we keep creating, and meet our reflections in ourselves as well, and in outside of us as well. As it says, there is no out there, that thing. Our own intention is what creates everything that is. And oh gosh, I bumped into all this. But I mean, you can't discuss these things because it doesn't make sense, like on that level of the mind or emotions. And emotion are just like energy that we recycle, you could say. So, and from the level of north, where we kind of are companions or co-creators with the divine, in the east we are the divine. So they go close together, but different. So, but when we are here, and if we want to engage here in this physical realm as well, then we want to use this life force, this energy, this love, or what you call it, and be creators and influence and stuff. So therefore we most don't want to stay in the east, just but rather be creators, co-creators in the north. Yeah, as I talked about previously. But we have this unlimited creative potential, which also means it means, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It means that we can create anything. We are amazing, but also we can create in all directions. Not only the things that benefits us or others and so on. And here we also can move and what is the word for that? Not control, but yeah, we can master time and space. We can move in time, we can move in space. We can see things that are far away. We can decide, like in remote viewing, for example. And also in time, we can go forward, we can go backward. And this doesn't mean that the things that come are set. It means that we can see potential futures and we can choose what to strengthen and so on. And this sounds like I can understand, for those who haven't experienced this, how it must sound. I mean, like you have lost it, kind of. But still, I want to talk about it. But of course, you hesitate to talk about these things. Hi, someone is here. I just see a number 1. I don't see who is here, but everyone gets scared when I do that somehow, or get away. Yeah. But anyways, and that is why I usually say this, that I feel I have so much abundance. I feel so rich. I don't have a lot of material. I mean, I'm considered poor in Swedish terms, beneath the poverty level, or existence. The what is it called? Like the lowest level, kind of. But I feel very. I feel so rich because I have everything. I have all of this, and then you also become very open and generous. And I have been like too much. I didn't realize that others. Oh, I have just top shot. I need to change this so I can see if someone would say something. I want to have it a live chat. No, it's on. I'm sorry about that if someone kind of tried. Yeah, so yeah. It's natural to give. It feels like, because you're one with everything. And usually I forget, when I previously more so than now, I try to kind of pretend I'm this ego because you live in this world among many who live more so only on that, in that perception. And you can't meet others from your soul and spirit all the time. I mean, you can in one way, but you also have to have boundaries and whatnot, as I didn't before. I was very curious at people. Like wanted to understand and didn't want to judge anyone, and that led to me having. I don't regret that though, but I hesitate now, and that's not because I judge others. But those that I were in contact with before lived like pretty much in some. I mean, not everyone. I've always been in contact with various persons in various ages, all kinds of variations, but I live pretty much in some sort of outskirts of, let's say, society, if you call it that. And that led to troublesome situations. And so now I avoid that. Because I want to just have a peaceful life. I want to just enjoy my life without, not drama, I wouldn't say, but without getting into dangerous things and stuff. Let's say it that way. So I'm not as open as before, but I'm pretty open still. And not as generous either, but I'm still pretty much so. So, and that is why I talk about this. This is not to try to brag or boost. Is that the word? Yeah. Well, anyways, I don't try to make myself sound better or something, but I want to be available to others who want to get in touch with these amazing things that I've met in various paths, as I've talked about many times before. And one that is scary for many is witchcraft, and that there are so many things still there to discover. And now I also continued with my first group to learn more that I didn't at the time, because I needed to go into the Zen and everything. But that is also fantastic. I love it. And the power and the strength and the intensity of that, I have never been in touch with anything like it. I mean, also when you talk about, I mean, you can label anything and it doesn't really matter, but I've gotten pretty good things out of so-called new agey things like the chakra flow massage that I do, and what else, Reiki healing, and so on. Actually, I was pretty in Shaktika vein and on Qigong, all kinds of these. Oh, I bump into this all the time. All of these things that aren't really, some of them are very old though, and not like new agey so much, but which, witchcraft and Wicca, that is pretty far from most new agey. I mean, people feel like as you mock them, but it's true though. When you say that something is more fluffy, like I usually don't use magic. I don't want to talk about also. Usually, it's with people who maybe those who want to learn. I can tell, but then again, people won't believe what they don't experience themselves or see, so it doesn't matter actually. But with those who have had various experiences that understand, with them I can share all the things that happens, which is good, because that is another thing. It just, I mean, how does that sound? But it's fascinating how fantastic it is. And I hear also people when they talk about this, they make it like, oh, it's not that, if you think it would be like so fantastic, or imagine like as if you've seen in shows and so on. And honestly, I don't know what they are doing, but the things that I've experienced, they are way more than that. I mean, it's just I mean, yeah, at least that really, yeah, that's really more. So yeah, anyways, compared to many things that I touched on to that I like, that is the strongest practice that I've ever come across. And also that it comes from a tradition, and a tradition that goes quite far back, at least the 1950s. So, and maybe also previous, who knows. But at least it's built on also bits and pieces from previous. But what I mean is that that tradition have sort of, or those traditions have realized what kind of teachings that actually are efficient when it comes to develop yourself in this way, and learn these things. So yeah, I wasn't ready, I think, to go further at the time, but yeah, I'm really happy that I have the opportunity to do so now. Yeah, I feel great love for them, all of those. Anyways, so what it is pretty much is that it becomes so intense. I mean, no, intense, but not was not the word I was going to use. It becomes so intimate to understand. I mean, to really comprehend that you are it. You are the creatrix, whatever you call it. Compared to the projections we have had before. And this obviously is not also something I start to talk about when I do medicine wheel with someone or when I do even teach Wicca. Because some of these things also will, some of those may listen, but honestly, I don't think they have time or interest to do so, but they hear me enough. But it will take away some of the experience also if you, I mean, it's way more fascinating to discover and to realize things by yourself. It's like when you find keys and that unlocks those myths and stuff. If someone told you all the things, that is not like, that doesn't become the same experience. So, yeah. So usually it goes like this. I think maybe all the time actually. But when you are open, start to let this energy pour through you or maybe get possessed by it, let's say. If you go deeper, like, I think that's part of, I'm not saying this is correct. I'm just saying what I think. And that is like part of the process. You channel first before you realize that what you channel is yourself also. Not yourself as your person, but that you are, there is no out there, as I said. That we contain it all. We are the universe. There is no like clear boundaries between ourselves and other things. That's how we are able to see other things back in time, forward in time, on other places, and so on. We couldn't do that or experience, pick up the energy and read the energy of other people or connect with spirit realm. It's not that that doesn't exist. The illusion is that we think it's outside of us, you know, or maybe you don't, but that is when we are trapped in the whole thing. Yeah. So we open up gradually because otherwise we would like lose it or fool ourselves also. Some people that try to do this in a faster pace than they are ready for, they don't discover it really. As well as if you only try to, or if you don't let go of your mind, your thoughts, and try to kind of see through it through your intellect, it doesn't work. We should use that too, and our logic and everything. But there is so much more that is impossible to explain in those terms because it's beyond those. It's more. So the logic is too limited. It's like a very, very not rough, what is it? But you know, a tool of discovery that is not as fine-tuned, you could say, yeah, as the soul and spirit are. So yeah. So but anyways, in north there, when we work as shamans or practice, you could say, then, and that is another thing, I come back to that. I don't have to explain myself though, but I understand. I wouldn't use the word annoyed, which would be even closer to me since I come from the tradition of I mean, my dad, on my dad's side, I come from the Sami people, and or on one of his mom's side, and then on his dad, they were just like priests. I still have several relatives that are priests, even in this town. One is priest, and is the church that I belong to. Anyways, back in time also, that was seemed to have been very common. One of my aunties, she did some. She lived just a few houses from here, but I should go visit her someday. She is quite old now. Anyways, she did some. She searched back in time, but she was in this congregation that where the man is the Christian congregation, where the man is the one who should make the rules or decide. Like that's how it did go. I mean, anyway, so she wasn't allowed to from him then. So she sent me some of it that she had kept, I think. But she had a lot more from the beginning. But oh, hello, love. I'm good. I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Super normal, as always. How are you? A. Trying to talk about things that are impossible to talk about. And also, I have some cards close by. Do you want a question? Yeah, okay. Oh, I have so stupid questions in my mind now. I won't say those. Okay, it couldn't be too spontaneous. Yeah. Just healing. Oh, that's good for you. Question. Oh, what are your spirituality if you have uh a concept for that, what that would be? Yeah, I have this new thing that I have to ask a question first that you answer before I pull some cards for you. But I will. You can ask it, but I also want to know your answer to my question. I had some other questions that I won't say though. You're still trying to know, yeah. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, what question do you have then? And so, anyways, when you start to channel I feel lost these days. Oh, do you? I want to come with all kinds of words, that just doesn't make any sense. Chaos is neighbor to God, stuff like that. But never mind it. Sometimes it's just stupid to say things like that. I'm sorry to hear you feel lost. So do you have a question? I know how it feels to be lost. Yeah, it truly is. It truly is. Healing is like that. And as I said from the beginning, also words that may be just like, I don't know, they feel so rough sometimes, like you hold a large stone and just drop it. It's like the words are like so not nuanced, in a way. But yeah, we fall into the hand of the divine. There is nowhere else. We're always held. The other crap is just lies to control. Anyways, it's what I think. Anyway, you have a question. I've been seeing this new guy. I think it's fantastic though. Sometimes I get like, oh no, not another one with the guys, but still I'm the same. But also, uh, you know, love is what we want, and sometimes in this minor way, let's say. Well, let's see. Guy M. He has been thinking about me. Has he been thinking about me or something? We met last weekend too. It's okay. You don't mind sharing. Great. Um, well, I don't do that. I don't answer questions about other people like that. But I can do a relationship thing for like you're both, and then you sort of get that answer about somehow. Otherwise, I don't want to go into other people's minds like that, or feelings or thoughts like. But I can make a little bit of a relationship reading for you too, with 8 cards if you want to. Or you said okay, maybe. Yeah, I can do that. I'm just picking the cards, and also I eat those mints, strawberry mint stuff. I'm sorry if it bugs someone or you that I have something in my mouth. Meanwhile, whatever feels fine. Yeah, I will do that. That feels like better, like as if I don't sort of target someone that haven't agreed to me doing so. That feels worse. Okay, and these are new for me. Stranger Things tarot deck. So bear with me when I try to read, since it's a little bit, maybe I have to put on the glasses immediately because I can't read what it says in that booklet. I think they are very exact though so far. I haven't used them just for a few days. Let's see, I'm just putting my glasses on. I'm sorry I'm so slow. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Okay. U and M. A new guy. Your relationship, or yeah, you and his relationship thing. I will shuffle them until the cards drop out, I feel. Maybe. First card, Ace of Spokes. Upright. That is an Ace of Cups, and that is you. You feel that this is a new. I can talk about them one by one. You feel that there is a new. I think this is Cups. Yeah, it seems like a heart in the center there. Yeah, of this wheel of a bicycle, like in this beautiful deck. It's wonderful. Anyway, it's like a potential for great love is what you think about there. So that's good. And then we have a few cards here. This is two of dice. Oh, did I turn them now? I think this came reverse actually. I turned them around. So this is reverse 2 of dices and 9 of dices. So how you think about yourself is 2 of dices reversed, and how he views you. Yeah, good. It's 9 of dices reversed. I have to check this then because I haven't learned this deck yet. What was dices now? I'm sorry about it. Maybe it says in the beginning. Here. It's like swords. Okay. Interesting. So this is about first of how you view yourself. I'm very slow. Let's see. Your emotions are very tense, which then increases the risk for misunderstandings of all in all ways. So maybe you get too like a little bit too excited in a sense that make you tense. This can also mean that you does not think clearly and are about to do something you haven't thought through, like impulsively or something, decide something. So you don't do anything drastically. And the advice here is to not. I mean to skip you know, these are like dice. Don't throw the dice. Don't act is what this card says. Go back to this game, if you say the game of love, let's say, when you have collected your thoughts. Don't act on your impulse. This is pretty much how you view yourself. So, yeah, I understand this is correct. Yeah. How he views you now, that's the interesting thing, right? It says, this is reverse 2, 9 swords reverse, you could say. This person view you as someone who have oh gosh, I try to find the English words. I'm so slow sometimes. You have worked through a very important experience, or like recovered after you have been like obsessed. Maybe it says so in the booklet actually. Maybe, I don't know. Did you talk about previous things with this guy or something? Anyways, and he see you as someone who start to eventually feeling content. So give yourself a pat on the shoulder. Maybe he's psychic this one then. And keep this sense of relief. And next time this anxiety takes a hold of you, remind yourself of this feeling of release that you have recovered from the previous sensation then. And when you reflect, let's see, when you reflect of it afterwards, the previous things that you've been through, was it so horrible as you thought, or was the greatest fear in your mind? Is a question here. Sorry, I had to cough. So I believe that this person, I mean, he thinks about you like, yeah, you're just scared to get hurt again. And this is something that shines through pretty much. Maybe he is quite psychic also. But that is a bad thing. I mean, no one's saying it's a bad thing. Yeah, I did say that. What I mean is that it's the colors in this card, the 9 of dice is very beautiful. It's like pink and red and all. But, you know, you expose yourself to being, used or taken advantage of when you carry that fear. As I just talked about previously with this whole thing, we create our reality thing. And so he sees that. He sees that you have been through something, even if you haven't told him then. He sees that vulnerability, and I don't know what his intentions are, but we will get to that. But it shows, even if you think it doesn't show. And guys, I think most are experts at detecting that. Not that they are so very smart or something, but they have met it before and so on, so they recognize it. Sometimes maybe also psychic, but anyway, moving on to him then. So let's see. He feels hope. This is the star card, which is very beautiful, and yeah, he's hopeful. He's hesitant also. I see that in the card. I will read about it too. And how you see him is like the moon card. And that is, as you say, these fears that you have, the fear that it's just illusions. And I think this is a very nice person that is like as skeptical as you are. I mean, maybe have been through similar things or something and can see them in you, therefore. So I will read about that. I could, but I won't go into that. I could just see in the cards. I don't want to do that because it takes more energy for me. Yeah. And don't do anything before you feel calm in your mind regarding this. Is what the card says. So But how he sees himself, this is like in the Stranger Things, it's like this Lucas Sinclair person. Um, so he knows how to transform an idea to action, and he feels like everything is possible. He have like pushed through boundaries and without taking account of this doubt. So he knows that um, he's on a magical path forward to success. He have great hope for where he's going. And so that is beautiful. He's a positive person, this one. But you see him in a different way. You see him rather that like the moon, and it says like that if you get distracted or let yourself get distracted by anxiety, that you can't put your finger on, or you feel that people hold things back from you or hide things from you, then you feel like always like as if there is something hidden in the shadows and so on, and you can't continue and develop your life before you have found those answers. That's what you feel like against him, or not against him, but towards him. Um, so this is something you feel like this. You're curious and want to understand more, and want to get rid of this anxiety or worry that you have. But don't connect with him to reassure yourself, because then you will get like you will get in that place where he should sort of heal you, you know. So then you will start to crave or become obsessed, as the card said before there, and that won't benefit you both. You need to heal that in yourself or with other people that you love, friends, whatever, anything else. Any distractions is better when it comes to feeling like that, because that creates this imbalance also in between you. Try to find a way to, of course, get to know. You can, when you find your balance more, to get to know him better and understand more of him and so on. But don't do it from a place of worry and so on. Right now, I just don't know. I'm trying to understand myself and balance my mind. I do miss him, and that's why I've created a distance. But why do you create a distance? Because you miss him. You want the balance. Yeah, that's good. Not with the help of others. But you know, why not with the help of others? But if you feel like he should kind of solve it for you, that is when it goes wrong. It's very good to get help from others, though, I feel. But anyways, we will move on with the cards. And they show clearly that you should pause right now, so that's good. Okay, so let's see what else. Oh, I just love these cards so much. Right now, my favorite cards. I don't want to put past baggage on. Yeah, that's good. That's awesome. So, but still, you can get help from others than this person. Okay, so let's see. Then we have how you view the relationship is 8 of ice creams, and how he views the relationship is, and that is reversed, by the way, and Queen of Dice is like swords reversed. So he feels your hurt, and then we have for him representing himself Knights of Swords reversed. I think you have been through what I pick up from the cards, that he have been through similar things as you, and that is why I don't think maybe he's psychic, but he have, since what he have been through, he can see that in you. He's in a much more positive place now, like unrecognizable as from what he was before. But I think he can detect where he was and where you are. Yeah. So but your relationship to him, towards him, um, does the hunt for perfection prevent you from continue or fulfill things like well, let's see, or like, do you start to feel like something you once did or loved to do is um, troublesome or so because you have such high demands, maybe too high demands? If you want too much perfection from yourself or others or situations, that becomes a problem, because you get frustrated and also very like square, like you know not so flexible in your thought patterns. um, so it's good to be more flexible in life, and also quick but not impulsive in a negative way. So this card says that you should think about how you can let go of these. I mean, it seems like you have extreme expectations, even if you don't have expectations, especially. You have always been a giver, a giving person, yeah. Expect equal give and take. Yeah, but maybe you can't expect that. I mean, you can expect it, of course. Wait a second, I have to cough. What you need to do then? Of course, that is true. That you should, of course, it should be reciprocated, or what the word is. But here in this car, there is two people having equal much ice cream in their cones of ice cream, things. Those hands are meeting, like, so it's equal. But this is reversed, as I said. So yeah, that's really good that you do that. That's perfect. And that is the only way you can create this balance. You can never expect the other person to be the way you are or to give as you give. It's very perfect that you stop being that person, because it have to be. I mean, the only thing you can do is to turn away if you don't feel that it work that way, and then that person is probably not for you. But what I see in the card is that you may be too critical, and expect too much. I mean, because of some sort of suspicion here. I mean, you may pick at tiny things. I mean, not you, but your mind may see things as something negative, although it was just like I mean, it's not always exact balance all the time. It comes and goes a little bit in waves. So maybe you have some sort of perfect idea about what that would be, and that is a good thing generally. But the card says that you need to you shouldn't lower your expectations or standards like that. That's not what you should do. But not to make things so impossible so that you can't get them. Exactly. I'm healing and you get these negative thoughts, but you work through it with time. Yeah, yeah. And to understand that you may sabotage for yourself. I feel maybe you look for things that are troublesome also so you won't get hurt, because if you don't engage in it, or if you don't take this chance, and just see what happens as such, maybe you feel like you will not be hurt. So I think so let go of that. It's super good that you back away and find your centeredness or your peace in yourself. I'm having lava cake right now. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. Okay, let's see how he views this relationship, or rather, you. I think here, Queen of Swords. I think you may think that you are, I don't know what you think about yourself, but it seems like he see what you may not experience as defense. He see through that. He see that it is a defense, whatever. Maybe you just laugh, or you, I don't think this person does really. But anyways, whatever however you have behaved around him now when you met, he picked that up, you know. So let's see. Here is how he sees your relationship. Max doesn't back for a challenge, and this person doesn't either, I think, or shouldn't. You are like a challenge, I think, because he feels that you aren't ready, kind of, for letting someone in that close and so on, somehow. Um, so, and sometimes it says also sometimes one should cooperate or so on, but this is not such a time, is what he feels like. Uh, and it- and I don't know, have you already criticized him? What did he pick? I got the Queen of Dices, which is Queen of Swords reverse here. That's what I'm talking about now. So, have you already criticized him somehow? Because it says that you aren't wrong, although others try to make you act different or be different or something like that. Or maybe he sees that in you, that you try, or there's something here. Let's see. Um, and this is probably true as what you write here, anyways. That if you have put others people's needs before your own, this is a chance for you to stand up for who you are and what you believe in. I think that is. No, you didn't criticize. Okay, that's good. Then that's not correct. But it's this last thing. Then he sees that you have put other people's needs before your own, and that this, and he wants to give you a chance to also, I mean, but I'm a bit protective about my people. Yeah. That's good. But I mean, yeah, he sees all that, but he wants to show you that you don't have to, there is no need, that you are okay as you are, like. Mm, and I think he appreciate that that you keep your boundaries, and yeah, I think he actually do. He also sees that it's not very easy for you. I think he understand that you generally are this generous person, and open in a way, or giving, as you mentioned. So this is quite a wise man. He sees through a lot, maybe not saying it or showing it. So and then himself, as a card that represents him, um he can have like a lack of focus, and an inability to keep to a task one at a time. Maybe he also is flirt of sorts. If that is the case, maybe it's other things. Maybe it's just like that in his mindset. I mean, distracted easily or so. Um, uh, and he have goals, but they are distant also. Maybe also feels like it won't be quick. He won't reach this quickly. The relationship with you, if that is something he's interested in, and I think he is open to it for sure. Yeah, and he like your ways. He likes how you are. Um, but a little bit scattered, and he's pulled in between various projects or so on, and he tried to desperately keep his pace so that he is able to to juggle all these things. If it's not other girls or other things like that, it's other things in his life. So he feels tired and needs a break, and needs to also make a plan to, so that he knows what to do and how to go about these things with a new energy, and with more sharp, like, eyes on it, on this relationship. So it's good for him also that you take it calm right now, because he needs it. He's quite tired for some reason, but he very much see you. You are very obvious to him, your ways and so on. I have to think about myself this time. Yeah, you really do, and he appreciate that. He really does, because I think something in your behavior reminds him of who he have been before, and that is, yeah, he's kind of compassionate towards you, but also curious of what it could be, and he will respect that way. I mean, that you need to take it slow and those boundaries you have. I see that. Yeah. So if anyone would, I mean, I think he really appreciate that. Even it's not that he will just accept it. Kind of, I think he really like that you do. He sees that you kind of not struggle maybe with it, but that it's not super easy for you to do, and he want to be that person who let you take those steps now, to not be always the giver and so on. Yeah. If this goes further, though, it's quite new as I understood it. But I think you know, you got this Ace of Cups from the beginning, and that is a potential for great love, but also um, don't go too far in your imaginations. Yeah, it should be equal give and take, but it's not like you give and then you expect the other one to give. It's you give, and if they don't, you go somewhere else. And actually, it's not like that even. It's rather like you wait until they give, and then you might. That's better. I mean, to balance the whole thing. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think it should be equal even actually. You know, yeah, because I also feel like, you know, yeah, I'm a little bit maybe old fashioned when it comes to that or something, but I feel like guys usually, I mean, it depends. Obviously, it depends. It's not like all the time in every situation and so on. But usually, guys who take care of their woman, let's say, or appreciate her and show that in various ways, they feel happy and strengthened by doing that. It's not like that bring them down. It's like they get a boost, sort of. It's like similar as if they have some problems of sorts and something they need to sort out. If you start to come with solutions and give advice and stuff, they feel like demasculated, kind of. And that is, it's like just different. It's not that there is difference in value. I mean, the value of each person, that someone would be more worth. But I believe that the women who do that for males, I mean, who just give and appreciate and show, that just becomes someone they don't even respect, someone they don't even consider, you know, in a positive way, kind of. I mean, they take advantage of what we are naive enough to give them, but they, yeah, they use you up and throw you away, kind of thing. So I think that is different. I also think it's very different because guys, um, we are also, I'm not saying women aren't loved, but I talked about this previous video also. Um, Men get love all the time, you know, from their mother. I'm not saying every single person here now, but usually they are get like almost too much love, like from girls easily, and from mothers, aunties, I don't know, whomever. I mean, like not too much. You can't get too much love, but I mean that's not what they search for generally, because that is something that comes sort of, and that's like an effect after. Um, they also aren't in a rush in some way, because they haven't this. They aren't fed with this idea that they need to, that's the goal, to have a partner and kids. And I mean, some have that idea, but I mean, we women are fed into that idea, sort of, so that we actually need that man to accomplish our goals. They have different goals, and when they stumble upon that woman that they really want, they figure that they will know then. It's like we shouldn't chase them, you know. So they know that they get love easily, too easy. They try to run from it, you know. So it's better that they give. Yeah, and that they have that they earn the love they get also. Yeah, that's awesome. And so you are doing the right thing, like taking a pause here and center yourself in your mind, get into balance, and then you can reach out if you want to. It's not that it shouldn't be like, oh, I expect him to, or do what you want, get what you want, go after what you want. Be confident enough to if you're interested in this person, to go get him. How hard can it be? I mean, really. They aren't difficult, right? No, so I'm mocking now, but oh, there are 2 people here. Thanks for the likes. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I think. Um, but we have to kind of, we have to retrain ourselves, because we are so fucked, so to speak. I mean, we have learned different, or actually, it's because we are different. We would react differently if someone cared or like loved us. We would be super happy most of the time. Not that like that, or sometimes we would run too. But I mean, yeah. But that's not the case the other way around, oftentimes, because we are different, and we are, society is different for females or males, and we are raised differently, and so on. So, but it's nothing wrong. But we women, we need to get smarter. We can't let that go on. We have to understand better. And it took me like until now, and I'm yeah, I'm 53, so you are younger, I feel. And yeah, so if you understand this now, wow, that's awesome. But the thing is, you don't need that. I mean, you don't need him to understand. He needs time because he's tired right now, apparently, as the card says. But that is like a thing we do also. We make them as like celebrities. We make them as like our almost, not idols. I'm not saying you do, but the obsessive thing came here in the cards as well. I could fall in love with a tree sometimes. I mean, we can boost our own obsessiveness so much. I mean, that guys also fall heavily in love and so on, but they are better at hiding it most of the time than we are, I guess, I think. Or we don't want to hide it, I think. But anyways, I mean, you can project onto someone some all kinds of qualities and the need for them and some sort of attachment, by thinking like that. Yeah, generally not quickly, maybe. There are exceptions, but yeah. But what you do not need to do, I mean, as I see it, is to think about what he needs. Don't give a shit about what he needs. Be selfish. Be self-centered. Focus on what you need and understand what you need. I'm sorry, I started to sound angry. No, I'm not angry, but what I mean is that if you that is the scam, the hustle that we think that we do that. Do you know how often a man wonders how to make his woman happy? How should I do to make this woman, this girl happy? What should I do? How should I? Never, because they know that they are liked, or someone liked to be with them or not, or they are loved or not. They don't make this extra. um I mean, this is usually the case. They just don't. So stop thinking about that. If he understands you need time, it doesn't matter. If you need time, take your time. If he doesn't understand, then he's not for you. And if you feel like you are getting a little bit obsessed, sort of, in your mind about the guy, go out, meet some other guys. Just to distract yourself. I mean, until you are, if you if you get into a relationship, that's different. But, and I mean, you don't have to be, yeah, yeah, I know. The card said it. I know you were. And I know how it is. Horrible. But I mean, I mean, the thing is, you can as easily not be, because it's your own creation. You make yourself obsessed. It's not that the other person is so freaking awesome or that you need them so much. As I said before, also, I mean, this sounds really bad, but some of them I'm friends with all of them aside from one. Not that there have been many. But, anyways, I'm so happy that I am not together with any of those that I had before. And you know how I have cried. Oh, I have been so obsessed, and I've been so like, you know, what did I do? Like, I so much wish that I had this. It sounds cynical now, but I'm not cynical. I'm very soft, sort of. I have a soft heart, let's say. Damn. Yeah. But you know, the moment you start to, there is this, I love this saying. I don't follow that saying, but I love it. It's from the midnight, well, let's say what's called now. Midnight of Good and Evil or something. Midnight at the Garden of Good and Evil. It's like a Clint Eastwood film with a voodoo priestess. Anyways, I love that film, sort of, also. It's like mysterious. Anyway, what I was going to say is that one in this film says, 2 tears in a bucket, fuck it. I love that. And sometimes I think if I start to feel like, oh, someone, it's not true though. I would stay even if I got sad for something. I would try to also heal myself and deal with what it's about, and then, yeah, whatever. You know, I felt like this with my ex, this obsession, and then this new guy, happy and healed. I was drunk, so I didn't really give a fuck. Good. But next day when I got sober, I was like, shit. I totally get you. Although I guess if I was drunk, I would rather get sentimental or something. I think I would. I get even more emotional then, so that would be bad. In my case, suddenly I express everything and get all starry-eyed and love. I was like, run. Good girl, run. But you don't need to, I mean, even if you run, you still are obsessed to run. You understand? This is the tension that the card speaks about, also, that you have high tension about this. So relax, trust the universe. Easy to say. Trust in what will happen, what will be. Que sera, whatever. But also go on dates with other, just to distract your mind. It doesn't have to be dates, even. Just go hang out with other guys. Um, Yeah, I know it. I know it through the cards. I don't see it psychically now, but I kind of get it. And I also want to help other girls or women who have been stumbling on these same blocks and being run over by these guys that aren't the smartest. I mean, it's not difficult to see through them. We just want to fool ourselves. It's not on them, even, actually. I mean, sometimes they are pretty ruthless or inconsiderate, and that is on them. I mean, people should treat others with respect and so, but still we can't change other people, but we should expect more from ourselves. And we aren't dumb, but we make ourselves dumb in these situations. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. I hope it helped me too. So I mean, you have to understand your own value, and that is the important thing. What you need, focus on you. You know, that's another thing. Guys are also, I mean, taught from the get go to have focus on themselves. That is like a positive thing, and for women, that is a negative thing somehow. I mean, we are taught in that sense, and it's not. Most women need to be more selfish because it's almost, I mean, we have practiced it so little, so it's almost dangerous to even consider. And I mean, not selfish in a way to um, be mean towards others or somehow like that, but focus on ourselves. Yeah, yeah, and let others think about them. I mean, it's very sweet, the whole reciprocity, and I think that's true. Also, it should be equal give and take. Absolutely. But it doesn't have to be in the exact same ways always, because we need different things and we thrive with different things. But yeah, it should be equal though. But what was I going to say? Um, I don't remember. But anyways, yeah, yeah. What I was going to say is that it's like if two people feel like lack or emptiness or lack of worthiness or value or something, self-confidence maybe, or self-esteem, I don't know, something, and try to fill each other's cup, so to speak, that doesn't work. It becomes imbalanced. We need to love ourselves. We need to really love ourselves, and appreciate who we are and accept who we are, even the things that we may not feel is the most awesome things, and then meet someone that also have gotten to a place where they accept themselves and love themselves, hopefully, and then we can share things. But it's like, uh, I think if you let yourself take care of yourself and your needs and are clear about that, then you also respect others. Otherwise we start to crave things from others also, that they maybe, that they shouldn't have to give. They have to also have their boundaries and so on, and it's easier to, yeah, you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, to let that be so, if we have found them ourselves, so we don't get into that strange thing. One of the most chaotic, I would say, relationships that I've been in, I just have to think, yeah, why do I even have to think? That's for sure. Anyway, well, there are some others that I wasn't even in a relationship with, but we have some sort of love between us. Anyways, oh, you're so welcome. Anyways, we were like symbiotic, and that was not a good thing. We probably in some way or another needed it then, and it hopefully have taught us something on our way. But the desperation, the constant chaos, I mean, wow, it was really crazy. Long time ago, luckily. But yeah, should I continue to talk about what I was talking about previously, or do you have another question or someone else? There's another person here. Yeah, maybe I have some questions to the cards. Otherwise, I will just continue to. You can interrupt or comment when I talk. I try to describe spiritual things. How stupid. So, but what I was going to talk about is that when we feel this, that we have this richness, talk, yeah, and you can also right, left, and then yeah, we want to share this. When we understand that we have so much richness, then we want to share. I mean, the generosity is not, since we don't feel like us and them and so on, it's like just a natural flow, and you don't feel a need to hold on to power or have like a power struggle with others or win or lose or so on, because you know you're the same. So you can share this freely without measuring or like such. Yeah. And also that we start to understand that we have all time and space. And then also things become way more relaxed, even if we want to obviously do things in this life. This is too deep for you, I think. What show are you watching? This is the show. Why are you watching some other show? I'm just kidding. I think this is beyond. What show are you watching? So, anyways, it's to find your way back to the source. That's what it's about. The medicine wheel and all things that I do. So we have given ourselves this absolution that we don't have this sin that are put onto us to control us, or that we are flawed. Like we don't have to do that. I just started this Indian show, Big Boss, and some crying emoji. What is it about? And where is it? Netflix? No. Would therapy help me? With what? I have helped you already. Shall I pick a card for that? What kind of therapy? This is some sort of therapy. It's a reality show, fights and all. I do it. Okay. But I know, I mean, where it is? Is it on like Netflix or where do you find it? Okay. Would therapy help you? I will check. Depends what kind of therapy also, I guess. You lost your focus. Oh, I lost my card. It dropped. ADHD. Maybe you should stop calling that. You know, you're the creator of your life. Maybe he also recognized that with you because he had lost his focus. It's not on Netflix. It's the only one I can watch. So I thought maybe I could check what it is. Okay, let's see. Here we have 7 of spokes, which is cups, and 8 of cups. Yeah. Okay. Traditionally, here it spokes though. Traditionally, this is someone that have a lot of ideas, as you say. You have lost your focus. The question here was, would therapy help you? I'm not sure what to think about that. It seems like you rather dream about things. I think you actually sabotage for yourself, as I said. Yeah, I think you have also lost his focus. I think you sabotage for yourself because you don't take action. It's like you don't want to be rejected. Your fears or your suspicion and so on keep you stuck in your dreams. You prefer kind of to imagine whatever would that be or like that. That's the 7 of Cups. And then the 8 of Cups. It's like someone walking away. So I have to read about them, but I don't really understand the answer here. Yeah, probably it would help. Because it will help you at least to walk away from things that aren't satisfying for you. If it doesn't mean that you should walk away from therapy, maybe you do, and that's a good thing too. If you feel like that, it have to be the right person, someone you vibe with. So, yeah. So it says, yeah, your fantasy is wild. It says, yeah, you are very much in your imagination about how it could be or certain things. So you are encouraged to be more logical and practical and do actions, not dream. I mean, not in contacting this person now, but other things instead of just drifting away, whatever. Otherwise, you just stay there and nothing happens. Things you want to happen won't happen. Also, if you go back and forth in various fantasies, let's say, you also have to choose somehow. You can't have everything juggling every option. It feels like I felt that a long time now. Just being happy with my imaginations. How sweet. Yeah, you continue that. Go on now. But, but also sad, I feel a little bit. So you should like jump on the skateboard and just go out and have some adventure, it says here in the book. So, I mean, yeah, practical action is what you need. And this question was about therapy. So, it could maybe help you to get somewhere to just connect with it. What can it can't really harm, I think. Maybe it could, but yeah. So, but I think it also means that don't give up on yourself and what you want, because you put all these, you really overthink a lot also, aside from fantasize a lot. So anyways, it also says 8 of Cups here, or spokes. Sometimes you just have to say, I dump you and jump on the next bus. There is no negative thing in your life that holds you back, and this card is a sign that you need to say bye-bye. Even though you have tried and it doesn't work, and it will be difficult to say goodbye, but you will soon fill this emptiness with something really good. So this was not about the relationship. It was like about you going to therapy. And I think it will clarify things very much if you do. Say no. Yeah. But I don't think this is about, this is very pink and turquoise colors and stuff. I feel there is a lot of love in the air here. So much love. But this bicycle also is like attached to a pole, a lamppost or whatever. It's like you are stuck somehow. And I think therapy would probably help you understand clearly what you need to do, what action to take. Yeah. That is how good are they? Yeah. Not everyone thinks so. Many people think I'm too harsh when I say things, but yeah. So yeah, I think you will not feel like stuck, and I think you will be clear on what decision to do, and it will strengthen you also, even just listening to yourself. That is many times what therapy does. you have someone else hearing what you're saying, and then you get more clear in yourself what you need, you know. So, and that's perfect. And sometimes they also may have good advice, but they can give you some input that helps you see clearer, or ask questions that make you can see clearer, or so on. I think it would be very good for you. Yeah. So now my blankets for my bed are done. I think they are at last dry. You can't have them almost dry. That's not good. So, but I still wanted to talk more now. So I don't know. Do you have any more questions? I want to go on and on with this, but I don't think it really is something you really get what I'm talking about. So have you had any spiritual experience aside from dreaming about the guys? That's also spiritual. I believe many things are spiritual that many others wouldn't maybe consider. For example, sex. I think that's very spiritual. What's coming towards you? Because this whole sin and all kinds of things that we are taught traditionally, that's about control. And it maybe was needed at some time because much of kids were made and so on. But we don't have to stay stuck to that. What's coming towards you? What's coming towards you? Let's see. Oh, there is so much coming towards you. Oh my gosh. Huh. Okay. 4 of ice creams, which is then I recently learned. Wasn't that? I don't remember. Was it dices that were swords? I think ice creams. What was that? Never mind. I will see. First, that reversed 4 of ice cream. I am so slow. Okay, I will see how many cards there are first because there are many things coming towards you. Oh my. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Okay. As I said, first that, and then Knight of what is this called in English? Lights. At least I say lights just. And then Temperance. This is balance, but it seems like someone holding a phone here is like there will be a balance, and that other person will be a little bit. Why doesn't she call, kind of thing, or something like that. And then we have the Devil. Whoa! Why not? And then the Fool reversed. Oh, something new, but what about the reverse thing? And then we have Queen of Dice. This was swords, the queen that I talked about before. You hold back. So, I mean, this is more so about what you allow than what comes towards you, because there is a lot of things coming towards you. I love devil. Yeah, the devil loves you. True. The devil is upright here, and that is also that is could be obsessiveness, or it could be addiction stuff, but it's also very much sexuality and passion and so on, and that is beautiful. And it's the things we feel stuck with, like if it would be a negative card, like relationship that doesn't function and so on. And that is something else. And sometimes this talks about being stuck, and I think this is the whole, because previously is this balance and the risk of getting into this overthinking, projecting all kinds of ideas onto something, or playing each other or something. But okay, I will see what they say. 4 of ice creams. This is coming towards you. If you don't ask me questions, then I have to say all the other stuff that you don't want to hear. So could you ask me something? That is like pentacles, okay. 4 of ice creams. I didn't even know that. As I said, this is almost finally. This is almost the first. No, not first, but I've had this just a couple of days, so I don't know a lot about it. Okay, now, what is coming towards you? You need to save money and be economically smart. That's important. But also, you shouldn't become greedy or like just save and save things. It's almost like this. I think this is not about money so much as other things. You hold back so much and instead you live in the fantasy. I think it's about that you get greedy with yourself, that you don't share since you have been through what you've been through. Have you pressured yourself to earn more and spending less? Do you prioritize money before friends and family? Time is a valuable resource, and it could be time to reconsider how you spend them. You should allow yourself more. Don't just use your money. I mean, enjoy your life. Give yourself what you want or what you would want to get from someone else. Take yourself on a date. Let's see now. And then it's this night. There's another guy coming here. This is Knight of Lights. Oh, I think this is once, which means I won't even say it. This is the phallus symbol, you know. Okay, I did say it. I think it is like, it must be. Yeah, fire, passion, and everything. So this night is also coming. This is another one, and this is the pizza delivery guy in the image. Oh, now I get hungry. I need some pizza. Oh, how hungry I get now. I should contact someone who have this fedora, but they are like slaves. I don't want to use them, but he could buy some pizza to me. Oh, I think it's locked everywhere, so it's not open. Anyway, okay, Argyle here. He says, taste before you say no. This night encourages you to follow your instincts, but also to consider to explore something new. As I said, go out on a date with someone else, meet someone else as well. You don't have to know all details before you say yes. Let yourself be swept away. Yeah, you really overthink things. This is someone else, I think, but this is a sweetheart. That's just fun to be around and such a kind person. I can see that immediately in the card. So there is someone else. Just yeah, that is coming towards you. But the end card there talk about how you not easily allow it. Go and get a job if you want one. Then we have, I mean, now I speak Swedish. Then we have balance or temperance, which says vulnerable, compassionate, and with the ability to stand up for your needs. This mic here on the image symbolizes balance, then you can say. To just evaluate is the right word, yeah. What make you happy and content with your life? And if you feel that, what does it say? And and also get aware of when you spend time more with friends, does that make you more content, or when you spend time with your partner, if you have one, then, or your family, or if you work more? I mean, when you do certain things, consider afterwards how you feel. Did this make you more happy or content in your life? and then you can do that more, like, or do you have to limit your social life to like weekends so you can focus on whatever you need to do, work on, like school or whatever? There is no right or wrong, but you have to see what works best, not only for the future, but also how you can balance your needs. No, people, just few close friends I like to be around. Okay. Just. Okay, so, but then this devil, here's the devil. All of these things are around you, yeah. The devil, of course, after balance comes this unbalance. That is like, yeah, how it goes. This is the scientist at that Hawkins laboratory, in Stranger Things. Have you seen that series? Anyways, they thought that the goal made the means okay, no matter what the results was. And they show up here, those scientists in the card, to encourage you to just look closer at yourself. Have you ignored to take the consequences of your actions, or have you let your excess need for control to what is the word for that? Well, did that influence those close to you, or maybe jealousy even? You have to to stop yourself and confront your inner demons before you do something you regret. Have you? But shoo for now. No obsessive thing. Yeah. Have you, like, is this about jealousy also? I feel like that is. Because I see that in this card of the temperance also. He looks like he holds his phone and seems mad in his eyes. Like, why are you, like, disappointed and then you feel like I could do anything. You know what they talk about also in magic, not to do love magic, because it's not so cool to get loved in that sense either. But yeah, jealousy. No love make no love magic. No, but these scientists in the devil. If we go too deep into the obsessiveness and whatnot, we suddenly think that all kinds of means are okay to reach whatever goal we have. So jealousy is, you should answer. That was my question. And then we have the Fool and Queen of Dices. I wonder if these came reversed, both of them. I think so. At least the Fool. Yeah, both of them, I think. Maybe not the Queen of Dices. But the Fool was reversed. I will look at that then. And that's a new start, but why is it reversed? Maybe because you block it. This new start. Why did you do that? It's totally understandable to have fear for the unknown, but you should ask yourself what it is you really are afraid of. And if it's not that you will lose control, you really are like a little bit of a perfectionist and control freak. You want to have control. Life is full of surprises. Some are greater or more scary than others, but you cannot let that stop you from proceeding forward with firm steps. They really encourage you to go forward here, but you hesitate. And then we have Queen of Dices in the last one. But this, I think it was not reversed. I'm not sure, but this is Max. There is no better gamer in Hawkins than Max. So trust your own game. Play the game instead of just fantasizing and stepping away. You can trust yourself. With the self-confidence and this willpower and straightforward honesty, she embodies the Queen of Swords or Dices. And she encouraged you to think quickly, trust your judgment, and act accordingly. And you may have to take very quick decisions, it says. Suddenly, maybe something shows up. And you have the clarity that is needed to make decisions. And yeah, the advice here is to say what you have in your mind. She can do it. Yeah, she can do it. But I wonder about this. But I must check them again. Because also it was about holding you back. Yeah, I think it doesn't matter what advice you get, you will still hold yourself back, it seems. Yet, anyway. But this is what is coming towards you. Such a sweet person here, this knight of phalloses. Yeah, but he's super sweet. Oh, there is nothing. He's very, very cheerful and joyous. Just just sweet. He's high all the time in the series. Anyways, but yeah, all love. Just there is no this guy doesn't have this is another guy. This is not that guy. This is another guy. But this guy doesn't have any uh what do you say in English, back thoughts? I mean, not any another agenda. Like it is what it is with this person, and that's sweet. These things just want to make me run. I don't know, bro. I need a break for now. Yeah, you should take a break for now. But you ask what's coming for you, and this is it. But you hold back so much, but you don't have to. It's your fear that is the devil here. And your fear make you obsessive. Just jump in the pool. And is this for F or A? Can be one of my exes. No, not one of your exes. This is no exes. Let go of the exes. You are going forward, not backwards. Let go of those. They are not interesting. I don't know, but I would assume it's not your exes. New guy. Yeah, there is bunches of guys around everywhere. And this sweetheart that came up, and it could be just a fun friend to meet and just have a cheerful times with, but that's a sweetheart that would make you like relaxed and I thought you would just run again. Let's have fun. Yeah. Yeah. Order some pizza. This was a pizza guy. Someone you may not take seriously immediately, I think. Yeah. But such a sweet one. Yeah, you will see when the time comes. You will just sit there and cross your legs and arms, and I don't think they have open now. I would otherwise, because I want pizza. I crave it now. Yeah. Order it to me. You know my address. No, but I don't think it's open anywhere. Pizza and lava cake. I don't know what lava cake is. It sounds like lover cake. Lover cake. Oh, I have to eat pizza tomorrow. I just feel like I have to. Oh, I'm so hungry suddenly. Oh, it's 1 o'clock now already. And I want to talk about spiritual things. So, but this is spiritual love, whatever else is. Melted chocolate inside. Oh, I've never eaten that, I think. I don't know. Lava cake. I have to Google it later and see the image of it. So, yeah. What else do I want to say? Anything actually about the spiritual thing? I don't know. But there is someone else here having the patience to listen. I don't know. I will, but not right now. I can't do two things: talk and focus on everything, and then Google something. Yeah, I could, but I don't have the energy for it. So, Yeah. But you're this, as I said, as I wanted to talk about this spiritual thing, you are the center of your world. You create your world. You are the creatrix. You are God. Hmm? So this process of what's coming towards you, you are the creator of it. It comes to you. But if you focus on many different things, then talking about magic, then the energy will be weaker. So it may be a little bit more distracted, the things that comes to you as well. The more aware you become of exactly what you want, and I don't mean exactly what person, I mean what situation and so on, and not like in that perfectionistic critical way that just keep you safe from even going out there. You should just act. That is what you need to do. Practice and act. There is nothing to fear. There is nothing to be afraid of. What should it be? What could happen? You learn every time. If you meet someone, it doesn't work out, then you learn, and then you go ahead and are way smarter, and then maybe that also, I mean, enjoy meanwhile. Boys are toys. Actually, they are. They want to be. Oh, it sounds so bad, but it's true though. You're like, get out of my comfort zone and enjoy your life. Yeah. And realize that they are actually toys. They are meant for our pleasure and enjoyment and, inspiration, all kinds of good things. They're meant to enhance our lives and bring good things to our lives. If they don't, why should we stay with them? Yeah. Karma is a bitch. I used to think that way, but I've changed a lot with experience. Don't, I mean, what experience? What I mean is, I've had quite some experiences that weren't positive. And okay, I must admit, I'm a hesitant too. I'm like you. No, not really. I'm more so, I guess, like than you. But anyways, what I feel is like those persons who made you more hesitant. I mean, there probably have been some disappointments and whatever, or certain things you wrote about a little bit before. Why should you let them, dictate your choices now? Don't give them that power. Just brush them off. Punch a pillow. Do something. Be angry at them first and then let them go. Experiences from God, and it did make me. Oh, you talk about God now. I thought you talked about guys. God, but sometimes we make them as God. And it did make me want to be a better person. I've experienced a lot. Okay. Let me know more. What kind of person were you before? You were a bad person. I don't know. You don't need to be a better person. You're perfect. But I mean, it's fun also to see if we can get better, so to speak. But we are also okay. Tell me more. So, what I mean is the responsibility for whatever results we have in our lives on this level that I talk about, in the soul and spirit, it's always ours, nothing else. I was never a bad person, but I've played with people's hearts. Oh, hurt other people, been lighthearted about a lot of things. Oh, I've gotten my karma. That is also a concept that talking about these levels of perception, on certain levels, that will be the case. For example, in our minds, let's say, when we think about certain cause leading to an no. I'm just very enlightened. No. Yeah, I'm an Ayurvedic therapist, yeah. But anyways, I feel like I'm talking to a therapist. I've talked to some therapists, maybe that's why. But and I do certain therapy sometimes, solution focused with people. But I think therapists are way better, actually. They don't have a lot of opinions like I. But karma is also such a concept that, like as if we should have punishment for not understanding better. Why? That was what I was saying about karma. On the level of mind, where we talk about certain, I try to figure English words. I'm too tired to figure what they are, but a certain reasons for things happening. I mean, if you do that, the other thing will happen, sort of thing. And that is a concept. That is an idea we have of how reality works. And as long as we keep that idea, since we are creators, then that will happen. But it's because you believe it. If you don't, it don't. Yeah, you can have that idea, and then you will get. You give what you get. But why then? You said it needs to be equal. Because if that is true, then everything would be always equal. Then there is no problem ever about that part, anyways. I don't think that's true at all, because I mean, as we talked about previously, what you give, usually you don't get shit. You give and give, and you can make sure you get your time wasted and you get nothing in return. You get, I don't want to use that word anymore, you're like fucked all the time, but that's what you get. You get hustled, so to speak. Yeah. It doesn't work that way. Look at those who are just serve others and are the sweetest all the time and all that. Yeah, they burn themselves out, and whenever do they get that back? No, 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 they won't. They need to get more selfish. That is like, who told them that? The ones who want to use them told them that. The ones who want others to be their slaves, they tell them that. Be nice, play by the rules, do as I say. All those things that come from somewhere, and it's those whom it serves, those who are selfish or want to control. Those spread those ideas. Yeah. Not about my perception, it's about your. In your life. Yeah. It's rather like, I mean, it's hard to describe with words. As I talk about the medicine wheel, we have to go through certain phases to understand more of who we are, who we truly are in our soul and spirit. But what I'm saying is that, I mean, yeah, how you look at things matters. Yeah, that's the only thing that matters also. But it sounds weird, I understand that. But it's not only your perception, it's like understanding who you are. When you know that you are God, that you are the goddess, you are the creator, you are the one who creates all that is, then things changes. It's cold there. Not here. Usually it is, but not now. I'm not. So It's much more so, it's about perception about life, but it's more so understanding who you are and the power you have, and and the power that most people wouldn't want you to understand that you have, because that make others lose control over you. They can't rule or manipulate you as easily. So spirituality, what is that kind of thing? I mean, do you think about, no, however do you say this, but do you think that thoughts have consequences? That is almost like a karmic thing, but I don't mean like as if they create things as a result, rather as a mirror, as a reflection. That's how I think about it. Our minds are the creators. I mean, no, it's not the creators, but we use our minds to create our thoughts. That's that like a not a vehicle, but yeah. It's like you start to identify with other parts of yourself. Yeah. And all the things I say now, I don't understand them. I mean, yeah, to some degree I do, and sometimes I do. I'm not lying. I do believe in this, but sometimes I'm not in that space where I see it from that perception. But what it is, when I work through the medicine wheel, and I can't say it even, medicine wheel, that is that you start to, I mean, it's very, very narrow to identify with just the physical. Some people actually do. They don't even identify with themselves as emotional and mental beings, let's say. Some people just identify with the 3D, the physical realm. Yeah, become the narcissist. No, that's not right, but yeah. Mm. I do get that. I've come across some of those and the worse also. But I think that's the meaning too. I mean, there's a purpose to things we meet. How much smarter are you now? Much more so. You haven't completely lost yourself. You wouldn't have found yourself without that narcissist. I'm not saying it was a good thing. I mean, in that sense, I mean, from the what you've been through, I'm not mocking that. Yeah, you are getting there, and I think due to that person too, as it have been in my case, I would never have understood certain things that I do now without those people that I would have rather been without in a way, because it's tough to be around people who just treat you bad, but still it teaches you something, and to not let that happen ever again. Yeah. And about this giving thing, that the one I talked about for since forever ago, I was so giving and so unconditionally loving and everything, and like, yeah, I was over the top. I mean, I loved every little. I was like too much, but anyways, um, what I didn't understand then is that he was so into. I mean, we were young. I expected so much of him that he couldn't ever live up to, and it's okay. You're beautiful. You have a beautiful heart. Yeah, you too. But everyone does, I guess, if they are in touch with their hearts. But anyway, so I just boosted his ego. I mean, sort of fed him to become a narcissist, almost. Yeah, I did. I mean, he had good traits. I probably still have, but they got worse. And then I laugh. But anyways, I mean, I actually did feed that. Oh, I just jumped now. So, whoa, I just dropped something. So you can't like be that giver to people who live in the space of ego. If you give and give to people like that, they won't be able to understand it as love. They see it as weakness. They don't even understand that it is a strength, although it always was. You will get shit from them. So, but the more you identify with more parts of yourself and the soul, I don't mean this for you personally. I mean, like I was just going to talk about that. They can process their emotions. Really, you don't have a. I mean, if it's interesting with psychology, you could study that and become an expert at them. I don't know. But otherwise, you don't really need to even consider them. You need to process your emotions. You know, maybe that is true that they can't. Maybe they just don't give a shit. Maybe they can. Maybe the but the thing is, certain people that are, if you call them narcissists, whatever label, but some people, I used to when I was younger, I have had strategies though. I realized that in hindsight, I thought that I was just so kind of naive and open and I was very much so. But at the same time, I knew that if I'm this open, I get to know quickly who people are. So it was like a strategy as well. I figured out they showed me sides that they didn't show others because they thought, I mean, they didn't look down on me, but I guess they felt that um, I didn't have a bite, so to speak, but I did have a bite. But anyways, but yeah. So what I mean is that, what do I mean? I mean that, I don't know. I'm tired. Yeah. You agree anyway. That's awesome. Yeah. But yeah, what I mean, this is what I was going to say. That these people, several of these people that I've met that have these ways, they can treat other people super well. They can be the sweetest, kindest persons, and they can really be super nice. They can even live with someone and be super, super duper nice, and they still have that behavior towards you, and that is because we may not invite it totally, but we were maybe blind to it also before, but not, yeah. Okay, I wait. Okay, I'll keep on with this then. You don't even have to hear this, so never mind. That's 3 people here now. Okay. um so, and I have cards here if someone wants to ask a question to the tarot, but then I will ask a question to you first. That's a new thing I have going for the exchange. Anyways, yeah. So, what it comes down to still, as I talked about with AA here, is if we practically actually live these truths, um, or these convictions. I mean, I could say all these things, but if I don't actually live them, and I try to, I stumble and fall, and I get lost, and so on. But that's the important thing. And to reach this, there is no way around it. You have to practice or have to have a long experience of meditation, contemplation, or prayer, or so on. And also inner work to get rid of those concepts or those ideas that we are fed that make us doubt ourselves so much and see ourselves as flawed and all kinds of things. It takes some time. We can't just snap with our fingers and then it's gone. It would be awesome, but yeah. So we reach a different kind of power, you could say. And we have to also make a decision somehow that we are worthy. And also that is one thing that people have trouble with when it comes to witchcraft also, that we are worthy of the power of who we are and the power of our abilities, the potential that we have that we don't use. It's like many people are so afraid of their own power, and it doesn't have to be used towards someone or onto someone else. It's like, I guess that's one fear, but I think more so to understand and also connected to the responsibility to have that power, of course. But so, and also we don't have to, I mean, it's very different. We don't have to, yeah, it's about actions, but we still can, with our intention, create. We don't have to like work so hard. When we want something, it happens. And that sounds cocky, but when you know it, you know it. And sometimes when we are distracted or drift in various ways, then the results we get. Yeah. And I know how this sounds for those who aren't there, who don't see it that way or haven't reached that understanding yet. But it doesn't make it untrue, though. So, and it's not towards any specific one, because that can sound, and it can become even oppressive if you, to someone who doesn't feel good or certain things, like in certain situations you couldn't like bombard anyone with this, that's mean, like. So anyways, yeah, so this joy to have this the creative genius of God inside of us, that's like more important than all money, all fame, whatever it could be that people search for, you know, the grandeur of being who we are. That's amazing. And the more we get to know who we are, we can enjoy that and be blissful in that. So first we need that, as I talked about in my previous ramble about this resting consciousness and alpha rhythms of the brain, and then we get into this creative mind. In yoga it's called the unlimited, what is it called now, unlimited creative consciousness, I think. I think that describes it so well. The unlimited is like everything, but also Shakti and Shiva is like the creative force, it's Shakti, and then the consciousness is Shiva, as it's described. So it's about being open and receptive, and towards ourselves and towards what we really want as well. And then we get inspiration, new inspiration all the time. Life goes on. So, and inspiration is something else than this just common thought that passes through. We know, I mean, we feel like, I mean, that's just a simple thing, but when it comes to me moving furniture around here, that was like such almost like a craving. And if it's so fun to just rearrange and realize, wow, I love how it became when I move them around. Now I can welcome someone here. Yeah. So, and you can also ask your divine self, let's say, or the divine, if you prefer to call it that. But you can have a question in your mind and then wait for the response to just come to you. We all have that ability. if we're just receptive enough, if we are just calm, so that we can receive it, and we all have that capacity. It's not given to a few who are sort of chosen ones or something. It's because some of us are very inspired by these things. We search for them. It's like treasures. It's like gold diggers. That sounded bad in this situation when you talk about men. But anyway, it's like in the sense of spiritual gold or whatever. There is a need to be in that space of relaxation and receptivity. So the whole life is a miracle. Everything is a miracle. Yeah. And when you understand that you created, that's even more fascinating. And also the things we perceive. Oh, I won't go into that, but there is so interesting how we perceive and what we perceive. It's not so much a reality out there that is objective. We perceive very much through our expectations and what we have previously experienced. And we can change that gradually, but it's not like as if there is a solid reality that we experience. I mean, this is science. It's not just me being psychedelic or something. So we all live in that space, sort of between imagination and reality, you could say. When we can learn to use more tools to understand how to create. So, and learn to master that more and more so, and become more and more aware of who we are. But for a long time, it is probably a gap between the individual mind and, I mean, that is always between the mind and the divine or the source of the mind. That have to be a gap, sort of. But we can also be aware of who we are, the witnessing self, or the energy, the consciousness. Yeah, and we can be taught. This can be taught also. We can guide others towards we have understood, and we can even guide others towards what we haven't understood. I've had bunches of teachers who have on spiritual paths that have taught me a lot, and then they have taught me things that they don't even understood themselves, but I did. I got it, because I maybe practiced it more, or I was more eager, or just open, receptive to do so. And that's fantastic. And teachers can be anything. It doesn't have to be people, especially. Yeah. And this whole thing about not holding on to power in a fear-based way also have to do with sharing all the knowledge that we have. I mean, I wouldn't share everything immediately. I would gradually see how it lands, like how it's integrated, kind of. But I would want to share everything. I don't want to hold on to anything, or like or hold something back from others. There are certain things, though, I realize. Yeah, or things that I got from my grandma about stopping blood flow and so on. I wouldn't share that. That's like a family thing, goes through my family. So that's not taught outside. That's not given to anyone. Like, yeah, like that. But aside from that, I would share anything that I've been taught to anyone who would want to learn. So, and okay, you're back. And also, I love to learn myself. Also, I will go to bed soon myself, but I will continue to eat these and want pizza, small, tiny little mints with strawberry taste. I feel so sad for myself now. No, no, but yeah. But it's, previously it was like blasphemic. Is that the word? Or like as if you were almost, that would maybe be narcissistic or whatever, to try to get in that intimate. Oh, sausage pizza. Okay, I don't eat meat, but you know, yeah, I talk about spirituality and these kinds of things, and that it would maybe be called being narcissist, that you want to be so intimate with the divine that you are it. I need to get in touch with that so much. That sounds really narcissistic. I'm looking for a shoe that I lost. Now I was cold on my feet. So anyway, so but it's not. It's ego if you separate yourself. The ego separates everything in tinier and tinier pieces. So if we, with our mind, look for solutions, we will be busy. With every solution, there is a new problem. That is what the mind does. It's always two sides, and we narrow it down to smaller and smaller pieces and separates more and more and more. You know, but from this base, it's the wholeness, and yeah. But otherwise, it's looked down upon to like that it's not allowed to see it this way, or you shouldn't do that. Like, but we are the divine. We have this creative power in ourselves. We are it, and everything is actually allowed. And these other rules or other things that are that exist, they come from control, and maybe there have been some need for it also in our evolution. I don't know, but that doesn't come from like God. It comes from people who wants to limit other people or have power over other people. We create those limits ourselves. The divine is without unlimited consciousness and energy. It's not judging, like, and those are the deepest secrets, I think. And yeah, whatever. But you can grasp it in one way, or you can start to not judge yourself or others as harshly when you realize that, and that's a good thing as a start. And God have not changed, or the goddess have not changed their that's perspective, but it's we who realize more. We always project our image of what the divine is. And in the north of the medicine wheel, in this Andean tradition, then we are co-creators with the divine. And you let it work and create through us. So we also have this, some people talk about it as the higher self, as the greater self, let's say, or the soul. And we have that master inside also that can teach us until we realize that we are it. It sounds really schizophrenic, doesn't it? But Yeah. But it's not like you don't manipulate or try to force others or have these egocentric goals. That comes from a different perception. So that's not what happens here. But it's like we create our lives, our destiny, yeah, you could say, or our adventure, our own myth. This epic journey that they talk about. Before we understand this, we perceive ourselves as powerless or not enough or so on, and we think things just happens, we don't understand why, you know, and we always stumble upon blocks here and there and so on, and we can be very confused about also what we want. And from this conflict within, when we act from this confusion, you could say, then it seems like outer things have the power over us. But if we realize that we create things from within, we know what results it will be. Like we try to find the answers. Yeah. Yeah. That's why, these Taoists, or I don't know whom, masters, they are just quiet when some people come and ask them for their wisdom. Like they may paint something or do like that because they, yeah, we that's like a message that we can't give it. It's not here. It's within. Yeah, I do realize. Yeah, yeah. Instead of just being confident and believing, yeah, totally. You get it. And that's the difference. And I mean, you can still, if you want to, as I said, you are free and unlimited and constant. You will always be alive and you will always have ability to create worlds and all kinds of things. And you can move back and forth in time, you can, and space and so on. You will discover that if you haven't already. But so anyways, the more you start to not, I mean, you can still, I've been watching tarot since so long. I mean, you can still, I mean, this is one path to discover this reflection. I mean, you realize that tarot have something to say. It shifts according to your, yeah, it is addicting too. That's why I try to mix it with something else also. So, but what it really shows is mirrors your mind. It's called the mirror of the soul also because it gives some sort of, it twerks it a little bit. I mean, not twerk, what do we say? Twitch it now, whatever. So that get more uh you get more of a mirror of not only your mind but also your soul. So you get to understand more and more, especially if you work with tarot yourself, I would say, rather than asking on YouTube and so on. But it's fascinating still how it can be so exact. But that is because you want that confirmation and that mirroring, but it doesn't say how things should be or will be or anything like that. It mirrors your mind because you creates it all. You create what his thoughts are. I know this sounds really out there. I know this. I'm going too far here. I know that, but I mean, yeah, that's true. It's all you. There is nothing out there aside from you. So, but you don't have to grasp that. But anyways, if you realize that you create your own life, you know the results, but it's because it's always you, and then you know where it comes from. You could just look into, oh, what did I think? Oh, whoa, and then you see, oh, that's why, that's what happened. You know, the more unaware you are of what you think and so on, the more you don't understand what happens around you. Also, some dramatic things happened to me, as you mentioned. Did you mention that it wasn't you? It was someone else I talked to today that wanted to not live. But just how I present myself in front of him and be aware of myself, wouldn't that be enough to know how he thinks about me? Yeah, you can start there, let's say. But also there is nothing outside. It's all your creation, everything. But don't mind me. Don't mind that I say that, because that is perfect where you are right now and what you say right now. Absolutely true. No, it's not ever about him. Never. It's always about you. You are the main character. You are the star in your film, so to speak, in your life. And you are your center. And to have our focus too much on others, or be centered in, so to speak, others, that doesn't work well. So what you said there is perfect. And also then you can just be aware of what you think and what you feel, because that's the only important thing, really. You don't even have to be bothered. Of course you will recognize, but it doesn't have to bother you. There will come other things if it doesn't match up. Yeah. Good that you don't mind, because I say very strange things here. Good, this is very long, so no one ever else would listen to this, I hope. But anyways, yeah. Eventually, we start to understand that everything that happens there is a purpose to it. Even though he was my ex, I felt so safe around him. Who are you talking about now? Is this the same person? No, that's not your ex. You have just met this guy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. The narcissist. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, maybe there could have been some patterns also from before. Sometimes when we recognize, this whole, there is this so-called soulmates, but they can also be trauma mates, that we recognize and feel safe or at home with someone just because there are wounds like fit their knives, so to speak, or claws. Yeah. Loved his personality, but his behavior with me was awful. Yeah. But what was his personality then? Isn't that his behavior? Okay, I understand. Yeah. That was what I was talking about previously. People then cannot be, so to speak, narcissistic with others. It's with those that they don't respect, or if we don't have those boundaries up, and they need to be harsh and and solid and wide. I mean, far out for us to deal with people like that. Yeah. Yeah, I understand perfectly well. But that's not who he was truly, though. Because he was what he was towards you in your life. To others, maybe he's something else, but I mean, that is the most difficult thing when people are double. And maybe you experienced this when you grew up as well. Sometimes that is what makes us feel safe with these people, that we recognize it as something we feel at home with. Yeah. I mean, it could be to a minor degree, but still. So, yeah. But this is a journey and we evolve, as I think of it. And eventually we will know in detail everything. We will understand it all. We don't need to, though. But it's fun, though, when we start to realize, oh, this and that. And as I was going to say with the narcissist, if I call him that, he was more so, I don't know what I should call him. But anyway, he expressed the anger that I had. I mean, I afterwards realized that I held that within so much that I wasn't even aware of it so much, but I had it, and he gave that expression. And also the negative thoughts that I had towards myself that was very harmful. People acted outside of me, him, for example, acted on those. I realized that later that, oh, my hate towards myself in certain situations. And no wonder I'm not blaming myself, but I realized that, wow, this is a correlation here. I had that, and then people treated me this way. I had it within, though. I used to journal a lot and still do. Just lost my focus now. There's too much on my mind that I should balance. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes it's good to break also. There is no way, as I began to speak about how we always fall into the hand of the goddess or whomever, or in the arms of. I mean, there is no way we could crash, so to speak. It's just this idea of our personality, this ego, that we think we are, that we could lose. We can never lose ourselves, our soul, who we truly are. And we cannot be broken. It can feel like it, though. But it will just reveal who you are, and your strength and your beauty. Okay, go. I will soon go to bed too. Should watch a show. Catch up next time and tell you about my journey more. Oh, I will be glad to hear it. Okay, I will just wrap this up myself. And thanks for being here and chatting. And take care. And I hope I didn't mess your mind up. Oh, I don't know. You are your therapist. I'm just a reflection of your thoughts. Yeah. Oh, it's good. I'm glad you did. And it helped me to clarify some things. Well, have a good time. Oh, this, I don't know. Take what feels good to you. What make you feel good? That's where you are right now. Focus on yourself. Do what, yeah, that's my best goal. Oh, no, not goal, but my best advice. You should always listen to yourself. Never take anything anyone else says. And that includes myself, of course. But this is what I've found. So you start to understand. Okay, bye bye. Bye bye. you start to understand that you are capable, even when things, whatever happens. I mean, you start to know that these reserves or whatever, the connection with the universe, it's large, let's say, is there. So somehow, oh, sorry, what sounds? Somehow you will be able to deal with the things that come your way, and that's an adventure, and it's a positive adventure. It's like some people. You're still here. I see that there are two people here. You can stay though. But some what was I going to say now? I'm so tired. Yeah, anxiety and excitement it's almost the same feeling, but we are excited when we are positively thinking about it. It feels the same in the body almost like. But if we are fearful, we get anxiety instead. So so we can see this in adventure of life instead of whatever the trouble or whatever it is, or struggle, you know, and the fun of finding creative solutions of things, the things that we are most drawn to. Yeah, it has the same effect. Glad you're still here though. But I will soon go. We are like writers, you know, we can create any life we want as easily as we could write it in a book. Like, even try that, what you would want your life to be, and write it down. It make you get in touch with your power, your creative ability, even if you don't exactly want to create that. After a while, maybe something else. Still, it like manifest it on some level, as with your fantasies and dreams and so. But then you get it down on paper at least. Like, and just to go from what excites us or what we want, what we're most drawn to, without having to be getting help from others and what to choose, or what others would judge or not. Just independent of others, go for our own thing. So that, yeah, trust ourselves more and more. And we don't have to strive and struggle to do so. Yeah, anxiety comes from those negative thoughts, yeah. Or as they say in monarchy, or this tradition of the medicine wheel, the Andean tradition, heavy or light, they talk about. Nothing is really negative or positive like that, but some things are heavy for some people, and those same things can be light for someone else. But we know what's good for us, and that's where we are, and that's what we need. So the least resistance, what is it called? Yeah, the law of least resistance. That is like the law of the universe. Follow that. Not to hide away from things, because that is most resistant, but still, yeah. Anyways, the intention is the center, the most important thing. That is the creative key, you could say, the intention, yeah. Whatever we do. We don't need to get, I mean, it could be fun to get involved in all these esoteric techniques or whatever things, but we don't need that, or magic even. I love it, but, and we can master things in a different way by learning those kinds of things, but there are still no secrets really, because if you're getting in touch with the depth of yourself, or the spirit in you, the divine, then you just have to have the intention and it happens. And that's why we need to hold on to something also if we want it to manifest in this physical realm. Because otherwise, if we drift back and forth in all kinds of just, it becomes the energy form becomes too weak to manifest physically. So it's very easy though. Yeah. Should I sleep or something? I don't know. Yeah. So what can I say? It's not like, we know what we can create, so there is no, and there is no stress about it, and this from this perception we know how to reach our goals when we master intention. And also we don't have to be stuck with the past or how we want things to be or the need to be, because we can trust in this flow at the same time, although we know we have a great power. And we can adjust when we make sudden mistakes, or if we call them that, or recognize that, oh, this was not what I wanted, or so on, we can adjust quickly. So, and we also become very aware of smaller signals, so we don't have to run full force into a wall before we change our direction. So, and also this is something I work with, the connection between our body and mind also. Yeah. So all of these things comes with it. It sounds also maybe a little bit double, as if, wow, then it doesn't work, but it does. Even if we can accept that things, we don't need to know. We kind of like, as a psychic, I like to not know. For example, as I mentioned about her, Kimberly, being in Idol here in Sweden. So I still like to not know how it goes. I wouldn't want to know that beforehand. There are just 4 of them left now. I hope she wins. But and it's exciting to not know also. Everything is exciting. We learn as we go. And there is always more to understand and to learn. And without that, that would be horrible. So, yeah. And after a while, you learn to trust that the results will come because you have seen it so many times. You understand that it will. And the things that are meant will be. And maybe even if there are those karmic connections also, there could be, we can also see that there is a meaning to seemingly random things. But to see, I bump into that all the time. But the way to see these things comes from this inner silence. We won't experience these things without that. So, and then comes this creativity, this kind of creativity. So, yeah. And those specific intentions, they stay with us until they are manifested. And we don't have to hold on to them. They just are there until it does. And our own mind will show us the most efficient way to reach the goals. We know that the intention and the result is the same thing. Our brainwaves and everything in the universe, I would say, are coordinated to create that result. It was just doing strange things on my computer. Anyway, so there is no sort of boundary between inside here or out there. That is like gone. And that sounds so weird, I know, but yeah. It's just that first it comes to the mind and then it manifests, or it does actually simultaneously, but we experience it afterwards in the physical or outer world. So, and we don't have to give ourselves up to something or something like that. We are it, so, you know. So, and what successes or mistakes or whatever have been before, we don't have, it doesn't matter. The intention and the inspiration and everything is constantly new. So, we can be patient. Everything will be perfect. Sounds very idealistic, right? Yeah. Maybe we have to spend months or years with this silent witness to see how every piece of this puzzle will fall into place, and it will. It does constantly, and it's so fascinating to be aware of it when it happens. And even when we act like in a physical sense, we still know that it's not the ego. Even if we sometimes can feel like disappointment or so on, we understand that there are reasons and there are those synchronicities and those things going on that we cannot, from our human perspective, we cannot always be aware of everything. It wouldn't be possible, I don't think. But enough so to trust what's going on. We see those cosmic connections, let's say. And it doesn't mean that we stop making so-called mistakes or become perfect in that sense. But we quickly adjust. And we can also see it as fun or as an adventure, even when things happen that we wouldn't expect or things we wish wouldn't happen. We don't have to push against it. We don't have to be resistant, because we are the ones who steers this development of events. And our main thing is to keep this intention. The universe or our spirit, divine, supports what's best for us, not whatever. So we can't even hold a negative focus, if we call it negative, for as long as possible, because the stronger force of energy is our soul. The ego is always weaker, so that won't win, so to speak. So we can just move along with the river, so to speak, or the train. Like, we can just travel along like on this adventure. When this intention, whatever intention it is, develops and is fulfilled, like, and just to be so sensitive, let's say, or so aware or awake as possible, so that I hear those intentions from within. I mean, then. And with those turning points in life, they also are shown with very discrete signals. And if we don't listen, that's when they become louder. When it comes to like things that we don't want, if we have a signal to go to another direction, like that. But also when it comes to embracing those positive inspirations or so on, that also becomes stronger in a positive way then. So we keep like look out for those clues. Yeah. So yeah, follow your bliss and your inspiration, and that's perfect. In spirit, inspiration, whatever that is. Those rules are just made up. So, and those intentions we get then, they don't come from first and foremost from the ego, but rather from a feeling that we want to do something that is meaningful in some way or another. It doesn't have to be meaningful to come in the future. It have to be meaningful in the now, at least, like to be satisfied with. So, yeah, it's like it's a satisfaction that is blissful, not empty. You know, some things can be like stuffing certain pits of food or something can feel extremely. I mean, you can feel really cravings, but then when you eat it or after you've eaten it, it's just like what, nothing, and those things that. But sometimes that can also feel good. Maybe sometimes that is good. So, but I mean, when we get that bliss feeling or that happiness that lingers, then it was something that was truly from that divine within us. Otherwise, certain things or wishes that we have from our egos can we really feel very disappointing even to get to. Is it me or you guys actually read our minds? Do psychics actually read minds? It depends on what you mean. Because I'm always reluctant taking reading. I feel like the other person can somehow know what we're thinking. I've thought that myself, actually. I mean, I'm a psychic, but what I mean is that if I go to some other readers, I'm skeptical. But not that they are psychic, because I know what it is to be psychic and so on, or mediums. That I don't feel any fear for. But I wonder how much AI is involved, how much they can track your phone, your net, everything, and what can they pick up and then give back. I mean, I am skeptical about these things. Talking about mediums, yeah, but what do you mean, read minds? I mean, in one way, yeah, I read energy and then we interpret that. But I mean, there are differences. There are those who probably read exact minds also. Yeah, I think I could do that. But I'm also a medium talking to spirits and so. But I don't go around wanting to read anyone's mind, actually. Because there is, as I said, nothing out there. It's like my mind from various perspectives. I have enough with my own mind. So, but I don't read your mind. I mean, now I do only, I mean, I only do readings for people, even in mediumship readings, when someone asks me, first of all, and usually not here. I've done sometimes, but because it takes much more energy. So now I've just read the cards, you know. But you could say they mirror, everything mirrors everyone. So, and that is what this synchronicity is about. When you start to be stressed about that, then you are in sync with your journey. Very much so. We are always whatever, but yeah, you've reached a different level of perception when you see that, when you discover it. It happens all the time for everyone, but not everyone sees it. So, but I'm not so very curious on other people because I pick up a lot around me and so on. So I ignore everything almost. I would go insane. Maybe I sound insane anyway, but I mean, yeah, I couldn't deal with that. So I'm so not curious about what other people think. But I get messages sometimes. I mean, spirit communicates me and so on. So yeah, I do that too. And I don't want to even look. Sometimes I want to close my eyes or something if they can read my eyes. I mean, now I think about just technical things that can be, you know, like cold readings and so on. Let's say they read they can kind of read who you are thinking about, because sometimes it's like those, you can choose a pile, you know, and that thing. And then I think, if I look there, they would know what I think about if they could kind of look at me, I think. So, but I don't think it's because they are psychic. I think it's because they are artificial intelligence or they are hackers or something like that. That's what I think. I get suspicious like that. Yeah. Psychics, I trust if they are psychics, truly. But yeah. Are you a hacker? Anyways, yeah. So go with what inspires you. It doesn't seem so sad anymore. That's good. And we should also, we are here to, I think, enjoy everything. So we should reach for like the top experiences. Not that we need to go out and bungee jump or whatever if we don't like that, but and we don't need to like be kick seekers as such. But still, why do things to a minor level if we want to experience more? I mean, you know, we are here to enjoy it fully. Mm. And when we hacker, oh no, yeah, okay. And you know, also our subconscious, if we call it that, then that's like, I mean, it's only when it's repressed, those instincts, let's say, it could be sex, it could be anything. Look at those Catholic priests, whatever. I mean, it's only when things are repressed that they become disturbed. It's not normal to be violent or evil towards others or something like that. That is something that have been going wrong, you know. So we don't have to be afraid of ourselves in any kind of way. People are very afraid of what's inside themselves even. So the normal is to be trusting and safe and positive towards ourselves and others, you know. And also grateful for what's, or appreciative about what life offers, like. But if we have negative experiences or heavy experiences that we haven't like um, gotten rid of, I almost said, but like transformed, you could say, then that can be difficult. And I'm not judging anything else, but I'm just saying that's like natural to be in that positive, more positive space or light space. and to see the miracle of life every day, like it's new all the time. So, and sometimes we easier see it in nature. That speaks to us in a silent way. It's like it connects us to something we know, but we don't know what we know, like kind of thing. But we feel it, we know it without words, sort of. So, and we can develop so far. We have such a capacity, but as long as we need and are frustrated by our needs, we are driven all the time to try to satisfy those needs. Have you heard about these? I don't know, remember what it's called now. This uh, pyramid of needs, I think it's called. Mm, Self-realization, maybe. First, it's like physical things, food and clothes and stuff, and then safety, and then being loved, and then self-appreciation. And that is almost like the medicine wheel, you could say. Also, you have to take care of yourself physically. I mean, so you know that you can give yourself what you need, basically. And then you need to also meet your fears and find that safety, no matter how much you cannot control everything, although you do. But anyways, oh, I read this wrong. Elon Musk comes up. It says I'm fraud. I wasn't Freud now. I was like, what is he saying? Never mind. So yeah, and then being loved, and that is like the level of soul, and at level, I mean, yeah, this always comes back in all kinds of forms and so on. This medicine wheel and the natural process of that, our needs. So, and we need to take them in that order. We can't first start at the top, like I do now, sort of, when I talk about it. We can only realize that if we first satisfy the other. So, yeah. So oftentimes that's what we want with spirituality. We want to satisfy one of those other needs, let's say, to pray to something so that we have what we need for food, clothes, if it's crisis times, or safety, or being loved. That's like we create such a God that can provide us with what we want. It's like wishful thinking kind of thing, in a way. That's the way we work our way to understanding who we truly are and that we are the ones giving it. But after that is this knowing of that we are the creator. And that's then we are not driven by needs in that sense, or the obsessiveness, or, you know, here, that's where the inspiration comes in. Sort of a blessing, you could say. And we can see that in all things, in many things, small things. Not maybe all the time. We waver back and forth oftentimes, but still. I mean, Buddha would have stayed in that space all the time, but yeah. So it's like a higher awareness, you could say, a greater, larger awareness, and the other are lower or smaller, more narrow. But it's not bad. It's not like good or bad, really. But we harm ourselves less the more we understand, of course. or others too. So, and even when things don't work out as we will, that's not a mistake. It's like as it's supposed to be. So even if it doesn't work out with that guy, that's fine. That's just how it's supposed to be. Something else will show up that is what it's supposed to be. You know. And you will always guide yourself right, as long as you listen to yourself. You can trust that. There are no mistakes. And we can't fall back into not understanding what we already have understood also. It never happens. We can fluctuate and more start to lean over to a new understanding gradually, but we cannot unknow what we know. So yeah. But on certain levels, there happens horrible things, of course. You could say that it's evil, maybe what's happening in Palestine, for example. But it's about what it's too heavy, when it's very much heavy for those there, rather. So those terms, good and evil, can really make us sidetracked also, very much. Yeah. And also when we use the power to infiltrate others, as I said, I don't want to check into others. I could, but the more you understand that you actually do have these abilities, that becomes very uninteresting. Also, you want to respect others as well, but it's like a child just playing with, I don't know, something. And it's not that universally that would be bad, but it's just not interesting, you know. So it's more interesting to be in touch with this rather pure inspiration, because it gives so much deeper satisfaction. That's why. So that was things that really give joy and love and so on. Good things for others make you also feel better, so on. So yeah, whatever. But the imagination, that is a really strong gift. That's strength. You need that imagination to get somewhere. But if we only imagine, that that doesn't take us anywhere either. But it's a strength in itself to use. So, and also it's not about glorifying ourselves or thinking we are better than others. It's not about this separation, as I said. The separation is when we see ourselves from the perspective of the ego. And from the the level of spirit or the perception of spirit, we don't see the separation. And therefore, why would we, you know? Why would we see ourselves as better? Or worse, even, you know? If we do, that is an ego block that we can stay stuck in for long, you know? And we want to take over this process and so on. And we stumble and fall and realize that didn't work. And it takes trust, and you cannot really easily trust something that isn't you, that is our outside, really. But luckily we don't have to, because we're it. So anyways, we balance between this ego and this genius that we are also. Yeah, but we can't play with it. I mean, I have a lot of respect for what I do. I have a lot of respect for the divinity in me. Otherwise, I also couldn't couldn't kind of demand that others would respect it, and I do. I don't like. Yeah, what can I say? God, I should stop. I'm so tired. Anyways, yeah. So the more we realize who we are, the more we can take responsibility, but it's not a heavy responsibility. There is no like judgment. There is no failure or so on. And from the level of north, where we let this, whatever we call it, power work through us to become aware that we are it, we have to give away our power. As long as we hold on to that, that is how we won't get aware of it. Because that's the ego that does that, that holds on. We don't need to, because there is nothing else. So, but there is a lot to learn. Yeah. We don't have to be careful what we wish for, because only what helps us will manifest, nothing else. Everything that happens is for our benefit. And this can really sound like wishful thinking, but it's not. It's like discoveries. Yeah. And it doesn't mean like that only my mind is real and that we are like an isolated island that's not what it is. It's not on us as a person to hold this world together, kind of thing. It's rather, since in this human form we can't comprehend everything all the time, it becomes a sort of, even if we know what we are and that we are creators, so it's still like a what is it called, like a grace, you could say, or something. I mean, we can be thankful for what comes our way and for everything that keeps this creation alive. I don't have to like feel responsible for it in that sense, in like in a way that I have to go around being aware of that all the time. I can rest in that from my minor perspective also. So, yeah. This sense of blessings also, being abundant of everything, truly. So, where you realize that you are who you want to be, and still in progress, so to speak. In you still change, but you understand who you are, and you don't struggle your way there. It's like you almost get swept away there, rather than. I mean, there are certain things you can do, but still, it happens also. Yeah. So that you know who you are and what your soul are. So, but everyone, we can trust the process, anyways. Yeah, everything will be okay because they are meant to be. Yeah, but it's too complex to hold all of it together all the time. There are some people in the medicine world that also have asked me, Don't you know that? Or someone with things. And I mean, I don't go around knowing everything all the time. It couldn't be possible for any psychic anywhere. I mean, that doesn't happen. That's not how it works at all. Only those who aren't really psychics, they would ask that. It's impossible because we are also humans. Yeah, but we have such vast potential. So, we will discover more. The things I know now, I know that there will be a lot more that I haven't discovered yet, which is fantastic. And that's for everyone. Oh, now is the time past 2. Okay, I gotta go. I still want that pizza. I'll take another one of those crappy little. No, they're nice. Blessings too. This means, I don't want anyone more of these. Strawberry. I like those with mint taste, but they only had those. I will pick a last card before I go to bed now. That. Oh, I guess this is an addiction for me to stay here. Yeah. And the last card for tonight. Oh, and then I will go to bed in my newly washed blankets or whatever they are called. How awesome. Oh, here's the card. Reversed. I don't like that. Knight of Pentacles it would be. This is some slower one. Reversed. Okay. What does it want to say? Ooh, now I got cold. I've been up too long. I talked about this previously, that I shouldn't stay up for so long, and then I do. But anyway, I've done my yoga and I've done all kinds of things. That's good. Okay. The the feeling of being passed by or not appreciated can be what makes your ice cream to melt and make you wonder why you even care about showing up. The Knight of Pentacles or glass, no, glass, I mean ice cream here, says that's a sign to look for what you miss outside of work, start with a new hobby, or go onto a challenging course of sorts to keep your brain active. Maybe I need that instead of sitting here and talking. Okay. I don't really. Yeah. No, I appreciate this. And I love that it's so calm here. It was really good to have you here, though. I don't like to only sit here by myself. But I like to chat with one-on-one almost, or even if it's a few, but it's easier if it's not too many. So, but then again, if I had been even more active today, which I wasn't so much, then I probably would have the energy to do this. And that could maybe be a good thing. I say stranger things, as this deck says. So, but of course I will show up again. But now I will go to bed. My cat is, as I said, I rearranged the furniture, so I don't know if she knows even where to be asleep. I think she found her little place up in there. I made a little bit kind of staircase, you could say, for her little things she can sleep in. Yeah, never mind. I can't even describe that. I'm too tired for it. Well, bye-bye then. I should just make the bed and go to bed and dream about pizza for now. And Oh, I have a lot of things I need to do tomorrow, so I shouldn't have been up like this. But then again, hope something. Someone gets something out of this, or no, or not, and that. Yeah. Anyways, it's fun to try to describe these things. It's impossible. So, as I said. But even if someone just catches small breadcrumbs from it, like understands small pieces of it, it will dawn on whomever it's meant for. I mean, it's meant for everyone, but in the time, it's meant for whomever. So, okay. Laters. Talk laters. Yeah. And I'm so tired, so I don't almost can go to sleep. Yeah, I would have to. My. Bye for now. I think I have to listen through this and maybe private it. We will see. No, I don't think. No one had the energy to check it out, I think. Well, okay. Now I will go to bed. Bye bye.